Yes, we're back. Absolutely buzzing to be back.
Yep.
Right in the coop with the main men, Paul Slaney, Frank McAvenny, one and only Derek Ferguson. How we doing, lads? All right?
Good, mate.
You and my brother yesterday.
Me and your brother are tight. I bombed you out for your brother.
I know that. I sussed that out right away.
He's tight with me again too.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be getting to Celtic Hearts with him. Bob Malcolm out.
Is that right?
So to go up and replace the Big Bob.
Big Bob Malcolm. He'll eat you, by the way.
Hopefully.
I think he has. It looks like he has. It looks like he has it already.
He ain't the last guy that tried.
How you been keeping busy? You still swinging?
Still swinging, mate.
Talking about golf. Playing golf.
Playing golf. I'm doing all right with golf. But yeah, just not been doing much. Same as everybody.
Oh, did you see who he's been speaking at? Russell Brand on Twitter.
No way.
He's my mate.
I always used to think you told lies about that.
No.
Is that your actual mate, aye?
He's a good boy.
Brilliant, man.
No, I wouldn't say he's my mate. I've been out with him a few times, if that makes it a mate, but yeah, he's a good lad.
See, wait.
And do you know why Katy Perry left Russell Brand?
Aye.
Yeah.
She's seen the difference.
Backstage, wasn't it?
Seen the difference, yeah.
What are you saying?
At the Hydro.
Listen, I just want to say, the coupon shows you're free. Right, I'm only into learning my trade off you guys. No. And if I can share a wee bit of knowledge, Simon,
okay,
then take
love
it.
it.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm just here to learn for you. I'm only here to take care of it and that. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, Slaney, I was worried where you went during the summer. I was a wee bit freaked out, so I was.
Obviously, what did you think of where I went?
Obviously, bottom up.
I did. I thought you were aware with the Dutch clogs on again. I was worried.
Keeping busy. You've been climbing mountains at your age. You still got to get up?
Well, I went up the old manor. Stoner, I think it's Stoner, Storm or whatever.
What did you do?
No, you'd love it.
What?
No,
the old man,
you know.
What's that?
Storm, aye. I've pronounced that right, innit?
Storm, aye.
That's a good start.
Aye. So I went up, well, I'm not telling because I went up with my missus. You talk enough about my missus. I was up Skye. By the way, can I have a wee shout out to Danny and Tommy? I was in the Isles Bar in Portree. It was top notch, well looked after.
Right.
So I take it the Rangers, man.
Was that them that loved Slaney?
Aye. They all love Slaney.
That's the last time.
And that's the first thing.
I've known met
Slaney, honestly.
He's like him.
Slaney, the boy said to me, he says, "Are you Derek Ferguson?" And I went, "Aye." And that's the first thing they asked me about him. All the time. It's unbelievable. They just want to know about you.
He's going to pour that water out his head.
No, I'm desperate. Can't do that.
What do you make of the new? Look at him, smart. He looks like a Sky Sports news presenter.
I want to be that. I want to get into. I want to be serious. I want to leave all the joke aside and maybe listen. I'll say I want to go in sports scene.
No, it's never going to happen. But you'd be better than that mob that's on it. Yeah, hopeless.
I can see a wee bit of Michael Stewart about you.
He is a bit of Michael Stewart. He's a big one.
Hold on. Cross your legs.
Let's see the bottom half. Stand up. Let's see the bottom half. Stand up, let's see the bottom half. Start spreading the news.
I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. Where?
New York.
Bad boys.
Right, lads, we've changed a bit this year.
Right.
The Coupon Show, we've got a new site at. We've got a tremendous sponsor and who knows wins. And it's an exciting chance. The viewers at home can now play along. So they're going to be challenging you on the coupons. Slaney's involved as well.
It's a bit worrying.
So they can compete. They can compete with Frank, Derek, Slaney, and every week they pick a coupon based on the same fixtures that the guys pick for the show. Leaderboard, which this man's going to be in charge of. Slaney, looking forward to being in charge of leaderboard?
Absolutely not. It's a great role. Listen, it's a great role to have me in place in open goal now. Do you know what I mean? Yes. But when I first came on open goal, I remember, lads, I was thinking I was only going to be on a few shows and then go to the very top. Now I'm on the leaderboard of the peasants of the public. I don't want to deal with the peasants of the public. Do you know what I mean? Wee Joe for Postal, no thanks.
Wee Joe's alright, get a good telly.
No, not at all, it's unbelievable. And I think there's a wee, I'm going to have my own wee app, my face, not talking to everybody.
Maybe
you do that, but
keep that in front of the fireplace, keep the kids away. So if you want a shout out for Slaney, make sure you enter, because we'll be praising the winners and we'll also be slaughtering the losers, which will more than likely be used to.
We weren't very good last year.
You're going to have to think about it now.
It was a bit of a struggle for us, wasn't it? Aye, a bit worrying that.
I know. Not this year. I've got confidence.
Is this the only leaderboard that was this the only time you didn't finish on top?
That's right, the first few games I'd have been the top.
How do you feel to not being able to finish on top?
You're good at coming from behind, aren't you?
Can I show us this? Anyway, yes.
This is getting
you're right.
It's a riot. It's a fiver buy in the league.
Right.
And the pot currently sits at £500.
Okay.
For this weekend's games. However, the more people that enter, the more prize money will go up.
So you need to get the 6 right.
Tell you what.
Well, you don't even have to get all 6 games right, mate. Great question, Frank. Great cue. The leaderboard is based on how many correct scores you get. Money will go to top 10 places each week. It's exciting, isn't it?
Okay, well done.
Absolutely.
That's good.
We're just changing the face of Scottish football constantly, isn't it?
Yeah. And for the better. Aye.
Pity we couldn't have changed your face, but that's... And there'll be a special prize, Slaney, for whoever finishes top of the monthly leaderboard as well, which you'll deliver to their house.
Yes.
Well, I'll deliver it. Big Kev will drive me in the Uber straight to their house, and we'll take a wee. We'll take whatever we're taking. In.
So download the Who Knows Wins app and join the Open Goal League for this weekend's games.
Yes.
Superb, guys.
Superb.
Now we can get down to the football.
Right.
You missed it.
Big time. Aye. Can't even get to a game like everybody else. So it's a real struggle at the minute, and you don't realise until it's gone how big a part of your life is. I mean, I thought even what you kind of get. I mean, I'm not been working as much, even going to games, but then you think, I'll go and watch my boy, kind of get to see him. So as
Which
it's
he's
been
delighted
tough,
about his top.
it's been tough, but I enjoyed. I shouldn't say I enjoyed it. The first 3-4 weeks of lockdown, it was all right because I spent it with my 3 boys. The missus, we had a good laugh. Keep you up, he's out the back, he did football, it was brilliant, but it's just as time goes on, man, it's a hard thing. I mean, I'm worried about my mental health, Slaney. You're not worried about my mental health?
You're tough as nails, you are.
What
about you, Frank? Have you missed watching the likes of Livingston and Ross County?
Aye. I've been to a couple of games actually. I get invited to the Hamilton St Mirren game.
You always
you've been doing the telly, haven't you?
You doing the commentary, Frank?
I know the people. No.
Did you do the commentary?
The second one, Celtic and
Did you enjoy that?
St Mirren Celtic rather. It was good. It was good fun.
That's
I was Slaney's pal, Ali.
He's and Paul, you've been doing 1v1s in the backyard then?
Absolutely, aye. Me and Paul the time 1v1s.
Yeah.
A cracking big boy, Paul.
What position does he play, son?
Wing back.
Anywhere he wants.
Right, Frank, we'll start with you.
Yes.
Celtic.
Yeah.
What have you made of Celtic's form since the start of the season?
Well, I'm not about Lenny. I'm not in Lenny.
There he's there.
I'm not in Lenny's.
I'm really
corner
interested
when
here.
it comes to this. That's the best they've ever seen since he turned up. You know, they played well the other night there, but the European tie they were hopeless. I mean, they got a result, which was great because they very seldom got that in the last many years going back. But they got a result, but it was slow. Everything was slow. They kept the ball well, but everything was slow, Slaney. And I thought, if you'd have moved...
You keep calling me Slaney, I'm sorry, that's Slaney.
That's right, because he's my brother. Anyway, I just think it was too slow. If they'd done it, move it quickly. Because they can move, they're great players in the Celtic team, don't get me wrong. They can do it a lot quicker. That's what I'd be asking if I was Lenny. I'd be saying, look, just get it, move quicker, get more chances. Could have won 3 or 4 in a hand.
Slower than Kevin Kyle's metabolism. What about...
you could have kept the ball well, but you've got to do that in Europe, but it was just slow. They were bringing it out and bringing it back. Everything was slow.
You're somewhere, aren't you, Slaney?
That's what I thought.
Very slow at times. But see, to be fair, I heard Chris Coleman's coming up piping up a wee bit.
Are you going to come for him yet?
I think talking nonsense. Listen, Celtic haven't they been at their best?
It's been great.
They're still to work. I still think Lenny's trying to. I think he probably knows his best 11, but for some reason maybe some players are no fit yet, or they're saying they're no fit. But Chris Coleman's way to come out with a lot of nonsense. If Celtic, everybody's saying Rangers are flying. If Celtic win their game in hand, they're top of the league. You need to remember that.
Yep.
What I would say is Celtic haven't played their best.
That's what I say.
Aye.
They've not played their best.
Can I ask you a question then?
And they're going to be top of the league.
Marker,
They've not played their best.
would that be down to, you think Brown slows it down? Could you not have McGregor dropping back one and then getting Turnbull into that side?
I think Turnbull should play.
Well, that's a no-brainer for me.
Turnbull should play. He brought a freshness to it when he came on at the weekend, half time, so I think he's there. He looked, do you know what? He looked as if he had a swagger about him.
He did, he's got that arrogance, didn't he?
He looked as if, this is my club, I should be here.
Yeah.
And I thought, well done me, man, he's just took it. And says, right now,
I saw a hell of a lot of Turnbull, and that is.
I felt for him when
he knows.
last year he got put off.
But he's got that confidence without being arrogant. There's no arrogance. It's just he's dead assured, isn't he? And he just knows
you need that. You need that for Celtic. All Rangers, you know, to walk in.
Well, you say that, a swagger. I mean, that's what you need to, because winning games of football, yourself, whether it's Celtic or Rangers, sometimes that's not enough. You've got to put on a bit of a show.
What about Edward, Derek? Does that, if you were a Celtic fan, would that concern you? No playing against Hibs on Sunday?
Very much so.
Reading between the lines, why do you think that was?
I don't know, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. Maybe he's making some noises, maybe there's teams approached him. No, not so much him, but his advisors. It's the same thing we go back to Morelis, you know, his head was turned. Why? Because his advisors are hearing this, so there's must be this amount of money here, there and everywhere. So, of course it's going to turn your head. So maybe there's been a wee issue there. If I had a wee chat and it was best for everybody just to leave him out, but obviously with injury he was back on. But listen, he's a player that's going to be sought after.
But there's a certain newspaper in Glasgow, they must be on a commission because Morelis has been to every single club. You can go through the alphabet.
Is it the one that you page 3? You look at page 3 now?
No, it's not that one. The other one. But it's every day you're going, my God, it's another club. You know, and can he be doing the boy any favours? You know, but he must be fed up. He must be fed up.
Well, according to Halliday, who's your mate, Halliday, he's on everything. He's on more things than you. I tell you what, it was really good, but top notch. But then he says he's got inside knowledge, but he doesn't speak the language, so I don't think he reads the papers.
He's been here a long time. You should learn that language, shouldn't you?
Are you surprised, Solly? Because see if other teams are interested in you. Should you not go the other way and try even harder if you do want that move instead of sulking and no playing?
Oh, you're spot on. We see with Ryan Kent, he's went the opposite way, same as your boy, doing it as well. Team's interested. He's took his game to another level. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way he should do. What I would say about on Edward is I don't know what's going on there.
You've got to believe the manager when he says that he came to him and says, I'm injured, I don't feel right.
What I would say is, I don't know, right, Frank?
He used to fake injury all the time.
I used to fake it all the time. Exactly, that's why I'm sitting here now. So this is what I'm going to say on Edward. Now, I don't know if he is, so I can't say it. See if you don't want to be, this is, I would say, almost 99% of the players will never have a season like this.
No.
Going for this what's at the end of this. And if they don't want it, no matter who you are, let them go.
And they're jeopardising your
my 10th, exactly. And I won't stand for it.
No. What about Frank? What about signings? Who have you been impressed with? Say like Jetty looks a finisher, doesn't he?
He came up and he wasn't fit. I mean, obviously wasn't fit. He went to West Ham, 5 million. They brought in Harvard, 40 million. There's only one person getting played, so it was wrong because the boy can score goals. Obviously, he come up here. He's not been. He looked over. I mean, same when I came back from England. When I came to England. He says I was overweight. No, I just scored 29 goals. And he says you're overweight. I thought, and it was right because you've got to be sharper up here because you've got to be quicker.
Yeah.
And the boy's getting it. You
he's
don't
like
get
Slaney,
the time,
he's a quick finisher.
Aye, so it's listen, he's done well.
Sharp again.
Oh, he's eager.
I know.
I
know. He's saving it up. Aye, so it was good. It's definitely one of them.
What about strengthening wise, Derek? Can you see any areas that you think? I know you didn't want them to strengthen, but have you, from a Celtic point of view? What would you say, maybe left side?
At the back. I just think, and you've heard me all last season, I just think from middle to front, there's so much ability, so much flair about that Celtic side, but I just think they can. I know Duffy's come in and made a signing, but there's question marks or Ayer, you know, so, you know, is he one of the fans' favourites? I just sit at the back, you know, talking about Rangers, clean sheets. I know they never kept wanting to host the Edmondson losing the goal, but you like clean sheets. I know you're going to come in. But it's building that base, and what that takes me back to Maka is when, like someone Souness come in, that's what he wanted. That's where he strengthens right away at the back. Shut the door, and then anything. Because with the players you've got at a Rangers, at a Celtic, they've always got that ability going forward. So at the back for me, still. I just think
Derek, see on that, but what have Rangers changed? Because that back four is the same as last season. So what do you think they've changed there?
What they've done is they've got a partnerships there in terms of you've got Golshin, you've got Hollander at the minute, Balogun will come in. But the key for me is because the two fullbacks just bomb on, you've got the assurance of Davis there, or a Jack. Right. So that's what they're allowed. They go in the knowledge that they don't need to track back right away because they've got the experience Davis and Jack that they'll just sit in there and plug the gaps until they get back. So it just works well.
Yeah, great point. Well. Frank, on Celtic, who can they not afford to lose? Can if a big bid comes in for Edward, can they let him go?
No, I don't think so.
What about like Christie and Ayer who've been linked to moves as well?
For what I've heard, Christie's been touted all the place.
Burnley, is it?
You know, but listen, do you want to go there? Do you want to go
and play at Turfmoor?
No, but do you want to go and play? But do you want to go and play there? Play the same kind of way every week, or when go down history I mean, I just can't believe that anyone would want to, same as Rangers, I don't think anyone would want to leave in a season that they could, you know, I mean, the boys at Celtic are still making money, doing tours with the boys that stopped to 10 for Rangers. You know,
that's a great point.
Yeah. You know, it's both ways. They're going to become so famous for either winning 10 or the boys that stopped them for winning 10. So I just don't get why they want to go anywhere at the moment.
That's a great point, because it's even at our old age. You know, I know you're a wee slightly older than me, but you're still involved with Rangers, and it's because, I mean, I was part of the 9 in a row, early doors, but I've seen some of the other guys that have went on to, you know, like the 7, 8 and 9, and when I go to some of the functions, I mean, they are absolutely idolised, and it's amazing.
So both of you have done 9 in a row. Is there a wee connection there?
It's unreal, isn't it? Unbelievable. I only played 15 minutes just when I'm still on for it.
Quality 15 minutes.
But yeah, listen, we're lucky that we've got Aston Villa manager Dean Smith in with us today.
It's that shocker.
Well, Slaney, see for you two, like, see Aye or Christie, are they good enough to play in the Premiership?
Aye. I think they are. And as I said before, if these guys, I remember Lennon after the Champions League game, qualifier was it? He said a few people wanted to leave. If they want to leave, let them go. I'm sick of the size of the club at Celtic. As I said, see Aye and Christie, they will not have another season like this.
No.
They're not going to go for a 10. Listen, Knight,
I think
I go with the boys.
I think they're good
I'll be
players.
honest.
Sometimes their aspirations are want to go to Premiership because of money. That's money, because it's not a good league at the moment.
You can't slaughter anybody for wanting money, eh?
Oh,
Chasing me for money constantly.
I can see with the boy Christie, you know, and you think he's old man as well, being at Celtic, so I don't think his head would be turned. I think he'll be so focused. Might be a different story.
After him, because I've heard that you've been trying to get him away elsewhere, and it's not right. The boy's just getting on with it, so let him get on with his football.
Okay,
you know?
Good. Celtic, we'll move on to Rangers now, Derek. Thoughts on Rangers so far this season?
I think they've been excellent.
Right.
I just think that the style of football has been superb. She's on the front foot. They were keeping the clean sheets up into the Hibs game. Well, they made a couple of mistakes, and that's going to happen at times. And I was quite surprised how critical some of the Rangers support were. But I think they've kind of realised that, hey, listen, we all make mistakes. But I just love, it's a formation that ain't going to tinker with. You know, and he's got players that are just going to come in. If somebody gets injured, and I'm worried about Aribo, when Aribo was injured, and I'm thinking, who's going to come in here, stand up to the mark? Look at Arfield, somebody that hadn't been a start in that first 11. He's been sensational. Yeah. So he has. So, and then Jones has come into the equation now. I just think that they look solid at the back. They look as if they just know their job down to a T. And there's a bit more of a belief, you know, and I think it's took maybe a couple of years for Gerrard to get that installed into them. They look like a well-oiled machine to me at the minute. But the thing they've got to do is they'll come up against side that will be aggressive, and I think that's something they need to address. So meet that aggression.
Although Motherwell were aggressive Sunday, they dealt with.
Aye, and that's what I'm saying. So it's a learning curve. So I think it's they learn bit by bit.
Do you think they find it easier because there's no crowd? Well, the crowd gear them.
There's always a pressure.
Gear them pelters. And if
but it works the other way, Mark.
I know, but then that could be why they do, and it might be better for them because they'll become a good partnership.
I know why you're saying that. It's because I played with some boys. Well, I was at clubs with some boys that were brilliant in training. And then when they went out there in front of the big crowds, they struggled a wee bit. I think there's something to be. So there's a mentality you have that, like you love nothing other than running out there. Parked 60,000.
He loves something more than that.
But you know what I mean, didn't you? And you liked that. You needed that pressure to get you going.
So you asked a good question though. You asked Barry on the podcast as well about what's changed with the mentality.
Because I said that like last season they started brilliant. They were flying in Europe as well. And I said to Barry yesterday about the mentality. So what has changed early summer? Because 2 seasons ago they were flying. They came back for Christmas, collapsed. They came back again, as they said, they've changed that. This last Christmas again, they came back, they kind of had the breakdown again. So what has changed now? They've got the same team. Now I'm not saying this, I just want to know.
They've addressed that in-house. Yeah. They've sat down and they've probably went through countless meetings and there's been a few fingers pointed. Again, I know we don't want to keep harping on it, but it's like old days. If there's something needed to be sorted, the door would get shut and nobody would be leaving. an hour, couple hours until it was sorted.
way to do it.
And I think that's what's happened. I think whether it's been for McAllister or Gerrard, the manager, maybe it's one or two of the players that says, I don't know, get in here, we're not going out until it's sorted. And that's what happens at clubs. And that's what experienced boys, they likes of the Davis, like Alan McGregor, that's what the leaders in that dressing room. It happened to me, it probably happened to you as well.
I think it's right, and I think it's going to be tight right up until Peter Lawwell's already paid for the flights over to Dubai.
That's what we need in
Dubai! I'm not going there,
here. Shut that door. We need to sort these two. That's what we need to have.
But you've been at clubs that's happened.
Yeah, but it was usually about him, the meeting. Ryan Kent, Slaney, you said he's been the player of the year so far in Scotland.
Best player so far this season. It was backed up when he stood there, Si. Did he?
Oh yeah, so
Is that
Just a wee trophy.
I thought that was something else you were holding there.
So definitely, the worrying thing for Rangers would be, can they hold on to him? And I'll answer it, aye. He wants to be there, and it's right to do that. Now, I'll tell you what, because his season his career hadn't quite taken off. He went on loan a few championship teams. He's now found a club that love him. He loves it there. At his club, and with Steven Gerrard being the man under the elms, to be with him.
See what you needed.
I needed a break, and I've came back.
Maybe then you having a wee chat with you earlier on. Maybe my brother never gave you that.
No.
Never gave you a wee earlier on the show.
Do you know what? He's told me that privately, but then he shot it yesterday saying that Barry did it.
There.
No, but then Barry actually said he actually fought at times when he went home. Did I do enough for us? He did. I'll say it. I did think that. He did. His door was always open, Si. Bob's back door was always open. And that's not for me to say. But what I'll see on Rangers, have they started well? Absolutely, they've started well. But I'm more interested now, when it comes to the crucial months, do they stand up? Because I always remember Liverpool, Klopp, the best of all time manager, but what did he do? Van Dijk, in you come. Alisson, in you come. Rangers haven't done that with two signings to change it. They've
stopped. What about Roof? Do you know one of them there?
No, I mean, as in like
a big signing.
A leader,
the biggest thing this year.
So that would be my worry for Rangers.
When we played, especially when I played, when he played, but when I played with Celtic, every game, if you got a point, first thing he asked was, how's Rangers got on? Because that's how close it was going to be. And I think that's going to be that this year.
Do you know, I think guys like Bolton and Tavernier have become more leaders than they have been in the past couple of years. Like, see, when you hear the crowd, they're a lot more vocal.
Well, what I will say about Tavernier is that he's fit to wear a Rangers jersey, because that guy's had a hell of a lot of criticism. Now, in some games, rightly so, even v Celtic defensively.
I've been one of them.
And what I like about him is he's always puts his body in the line. He's always there. I don't ever see him pulling out injured or not wanting to play, whereas some players, myself included, would do exactly that. But that guy is. But what I would say is, the boy Balogun, do I believe he's a P-hat? Could be. I think so. So I think they maybe need a leader in there. I'll let you go, because this is
okay. Morelis, Frank, is a striker who was a bit naughty himself. Where do you stand on the situation? Is there less dependency on him now? Other players are chipping in with goals. Do Rangers still need to keep him?
I think Rangers need to keep him.
Yeah.
I really do. I think they've got to keep him, because if they've got any aspirations of catching or stopping Celtic, then they need the best players. And listen, it doesn't matter what you think of everyone in Scotland, doesn't matter what you think of Morelis. He's one of the best players.
Yeah, of course.
You know, he's a stick out for. If you were to say who's going to score the goals, I mean, apart from Celtic, he'll score the goals most places. But you know what I mean? He's outstanding. He just tries too hard against Celtic.
Right.
And that's what's making it.
Right, you're not going to enjoy this. Right. No. Put yourself in Morelis' shoes. Right. You are Morelis. Look at the service you're getting for Tavernier. Right. Barisic. Then you've got maybe Hadji, Arfield. You've got Aribo. Okay. You've got. Keep mentioning them. They're going to be playing you in all the time. You'd be rubbing your hands, wouldn't you? I think you would.
Yeah. Listen, if he does well this year,
you can erase that for your mind.
It's not. It's well gone. If he starts playing this, if he plays well this year, then I've always said he's a good player. He'll get a big move, but his temperament, everything about him's just been wrong. You know, he's been causing problems.
This year,
this year, I think Stevie Gerrard. You can't learn off Stevie Gerrard and Gary McAllister. You can't learn off anybody.
But we took him
been there and seen it done. It took him out the
took him out for a wee guy.
You know, and women they couldn't do that before.
That's right.
There's certain games now they've got strikers.
Does it help?
And it'll still score.
The Iton's off the mark as well. Does that?
It's huge, isn't it, for any player going to a new club, you want to, especially strikers, I mean, you need to hit the ground running. Roof's got his couple of goals, and I mean, it was an absolute beauty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, but the most pleasing for him will be the wee tap-in, because that's what the strikers, that's what they live and die with. They goals, innit, between the sticks.
Yeah, right, I'm going to ask you to put you on the spot. The game's in a couple of weeks' time. Who's the favourites going in it based on current form? It's a big question, isn't it?
Ask us in a couple of weeks.
As in,
At the moment, I would say Celtic's winning, but they're no. I don't think. Apart from United, they played all right the other day, but probably Rangers are playing better at the moment.
Better football.
aye.
That's a great compliment to Celtic, because when you've been poor and you're still winning games.
Yeah.
They
That's what Celtic do.
can only click, and once they click, you know, and they've just got such an array of talent in that midfield. I think Celtic's far superior in midfield than what Rangers have got. Any injuries, maybe you know, I know that.
Go on, say back. Give me a big back.
I know Jack was a big, you know, Jack is a big, big player for them.
Jack the Beanstalk, you think, the big Beanstalk?
He's the boy in midfield.
That's, see if you're a Rangers player.
Who's the boy in midfield?
Ryan Jack.
Jack the Beanstalk.
See, do you know what I think?
The Beanstalk.
Me saying what's changed with Rangers, I think the real Steve Davis is turned up.
Stand up.
No,
I think when he came back, because I always say the story about Stuart Armstrong. Me and Stuart are very, very tight, very close. And
What did you used to talk about, you and Stuart Armstrong?
life in general. And when I went down to stay with Stuart Armstrong, he always said Steve Davis was the best player in training. He blew him away. And Steve Davis at Rangers the first time, brilliant. I don't think he's found his top form this season. He has, and I think that's huge for Rangers.
Well, the biggest compliment of Rangers is last year. I think Stevie Gerrard was the best player in training, and I don't think this year. I think there's a few.
See what I know what's going to happen, Maka, and you've just said
that. A lot of players in the midfield, but not as much as Celtic.
Because Celtic haven't been on top form, but they've been winning. And as a Rangers player, a Rangers supporter, you know that. So you know they're going to get better. So that's when the levels have to be up there if you're going to see this game out, because it is going to be huge. And
I can't believe there's not going to be any crowd. That's the only thing.
Well, that's another show, isn't it, man? Need to talk about that.
Can we? I don't know if you want to. Would you want me to ask him about their combined 11? No. Leave that out. Sorry.
We'll get it in sometime.
Sorry.
We'll do the week of the game.
Right, brilliant.
All right. Right. Last question on this, Frank. You didn't fancy Ross County's chances last year, but sitting 7th in the table now. Are you a bit more optimistic? Is that going to be a hard game for Rangers?
I'm very optimistic, simply because St Johnstone are no.
That's
the team that I would say now. They're, you know, I don't think we've got. They've lost. They seem to have lost that backbone. You know, they seem to have lost that aggression that they had. They never used to get beat easily. I think we've lost that. I think Ross County will stay up. I think we'll stay up.
Should be a routine win for Rangers this weekend too, Derek.
I would imagine so, but again, I don't think they'll take County lightly. County are going to be one of these teams that there's a few of them. They're going to be up and down. Sometimes they're going to pull out a result that comes from absolute nowhere. So that's why you've got to be on your toes. But they had a great start. So maybe they've got a wee bit ahead of themselves. They start to believe, this is, you know, we're better than what we are. They've just got to get back to basics, you know, just work hard and, you know, and try and grind out some games. But going against Rangers, no against
Celtic are going to say Rangers are going to win against Ross County, so they've got to beat St Johnstone. Simple as.
Slaney, thoughts, St Johnstone and Ross County?
Not really got thoughts, but what I'll say on it, I called him out early doors. My first podcast back, I called the mumbler out. He spoke 100 mile an hour. Callum Davidson, Frank. I called him out. And what I'm going to say as I know about him, the St Johnstone boys, you know, will be loving it. Do you know? We'll be loving it. It's all nice. Everything's nice. He didn't shout at us. It's good. We're trying to play this way. Absolutely bollocks, because Callum Davidson at the moment,
you're right.
He speaks 100 mile an hour, and his mind will be going 100 mile an hour. That guy's no. I think, as I said, the Tommy Wright might not be attractive on the eye, but listen, horrible team to play against. And then the mumbler, honestly, he did my head in.
He might be a good coach, but some people are not meant to be managers.
Correct. Right, we'll go to the battle for third. Who's your favourites for third, first to last? Just a quick answer. Who's your favourites for third on the start of the season form?
Aberdeen.
Between Hibs and Aberdeen.
I still say Aberdeen.
I want one team.
I'm sorry, Hibs.
Aberdeen,
sorry
best manager in the league. Derek McInnes.
What? You said Jack Ross was the best manager.
The team again.
Aye, I know.
Derek, what about Dale?
But are Hibs the most improved team this season?
Aye, because he's got a good manager.
Yeah.
Jack Ross, you know, and he's trying to get the boy McGuinness for St Mirren as
Mirren,
well.
yeah.
Obviously, he's getting knowledge.
That's
That
a
boy.
massive blow if St Mirren let go.
Yeah.
So they've got a good side. They've got pace in their side as well. Again, no scared to give youth a shout as well. If you look at the back four, they've got big Porteous, then you've got the boys at Doig as well.
You know, but he done well before that, didn't he?
But listen,
He's
he's no scared to give them that opportunity. And obviously with Gogic coming in for Hamilton, he's been a brilliant signing. So he just needs that wee bit of kind of steel in the middle of the park. So Jack Ross, he's clever, he's cute, and they've obviously got I can't believe we got a wee bit of dough to spend. Don't know where that came from. In this day and age.
Did they not get?
You got that dough I gave you?
Aye.
What are you hoping for Lewis this season? He's flying, isn't he? What a partnership he's found at McCrory.
I'm selling him to West Ham. Get me.
Is he his agent now?
No, not yet. I know Bull.
That's his ball.
Bull.
Listen, Lewis, personally, he's had a good start. I've said it before, Macca, he enjoys where he is. He's working under good coaches. You know, look at Derek's backroom staff. They're all midfielders. They're all good. They've all been decent players. But then
Robson,
you've
Sheeran.
Aye, you know, top drawer, and it's a good squad that Derek's got.
It must be hard. Every year he's got to change his squad.
The
Every
pressure.
Year they're selling people. Every year you're going, right, what have I got? And it's just, he does it. He's so underestimated, I think. McKinnon,
and what I would,
he's done it every single
year. As well, I would
you
kind of defend it because everybody seems to think they've got wads of money up there. And
what's Lewis on about?
I don't know. I tell you what, it's not that much. I wouldn't say, of course, I wouldn't say figures, but it would probably surprise.
I know.
We pay this man more.
Up to you.
Can I be serious? I'm going to be serious because I just put my wee bit in every now and again. He's learnt.
Still talking about football?
Aye, brilliant people at Hamilton, and also when I knew where he was going there, right, to get it back. He's works for good people, you know, and that's the most important thing.
McCrory though, I need to ask you about him because what a signing the season so far maybe?
Aye, you know, he's a Scotland under-21 captain. Yeah. So he is.
Are they tight? They look quite close.
Aye, and well, they obviously know each other, but they found they need to, that's his position, the boy. You can play him right back. I don't like him in the back three. Right back, he's right back for Scotland. But
I don't like him right back either.
But he's got an engine, so he gets up and down the park. He can pass the ball. He's a ball winner, you know, so... so they're physical, the two of them, so it's they've formed a good partnership.
Slaney, will this be the best race for third of hood in years?
Aye, absolutely.
Do you see anybody else, Slaney?
I thought Motherwell, I thought they had a great squad of players.
They've still got,
aye, but it just seems like, I don't know what's going on there with them, but it's amazing for Scottish football. Derek McInnes and Jack Ross, two brilliant young managers.
Robinson's a good manager as well.
I've heard he's very coach. Maybe a really good coach. I actually like listening to him. He seems very strict and
see what
honest.
He does well, but sometimes don't just look at the manager. Look who they've got sitting beside them, behind the scenes.
That's because he was an assistant manager, he said.
The guys are like gold, honestly. So you tend to overlook them. Just look at the backroom staff, some of them have got.
Have you seen Jack Ross, what he's wearing on the side?
The turtleneck?
The turtleneck and the wee
Simon Templar.
I know.
And we dealt, it's a movie star, isn't it? Slick back here.
He's trying to bring it back in that style, isn't he? It's not going to work.
He looks brilliant, they two, don't they?
You're not a bit jealous, are you?
No. Are they still playing? No. I'd love to be back involved in football, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Just watching it with David.
Good looking young men.
Correct, are very good looking young men. Kelly, bit of a hard team to call just now. Currently sit fifth, hit and miss, but see if you look through Kelly's squad, they've got good players.
Aye.
Kabamba, Brophy, Power and Dick in the middle, Malimbo.
And who's a wee fella in the wide area?
Burkett's still ripping it up.
How good has he been? Right for the off, so... again, that's a wee bit of a mystery. You know, I don't know. When you see the manager getting interviewed, he's that laid back. But then you're hearing behind the scenes, he's not like that. But it's a strange one. They'll get themselves organised. They'll certainly become better as the season goes on. We're talking about Celtic. I've not really kind of get into their groove. I find that the same probably with Kilmarnock. Will
Kelly be a better bet for top six than the likes of Dundee United?
I would think so, because they've been there, they've done it, they've obviously, and then the Stevie Clark effect and all that, and so if they're struggling, you go back to basics. back to what they were doing before. You know, and they'll
so
grind.
Simple. I mean,
they'll
when
grind
you
results out.
A couple of games, you lose a couple of games, just go back to basic. People tend to keep playing the way they play, and it doesn't work. So just go back to basic, get the boys' confidence again, and that's it. Confidence is a wonderful thing.
Kelly got a goal scorer though, because Dundee United be
Bamba scored the
big boy.
Good, that boy,
I'll tell you what, I know. Apart from the name, playing against Celtic,
he was good, wasn't he?
Pretty sell about, didn't he? And I thought,
I think he's more than that. I think he's got a touch in that, isn't he? And he's a goal scorer.
And I like Brophy. I like Brophy. There's a wee partnership.
Brophy's good.
I like him. He's always busy.
We've got good partnerships on the pitch, didn't we, with Finlay and
That's
Broadfoot
important.
and Power and Dicker and
Middle of the pack. You're talking about like Lewis and McCrory, and it's important.
that'd be a great fight, wouldn't it? Dicker and Power and Lewis and
physical that, wasn't it?
right, Slaney, I've not even asked you this. Who do you fancy for the drop?
Oh, I tipped Hamilton for the start, but
I'm surprised. That's just like every other pundit.
I know it's bad.
I'm actually, you want him to be a bit different, didn't you? No. Tip like.
I've actually had a wee soft spot for Hamilton recently, but
What do you what Chipper?
Chipper.
Aye.
You and him became tight, didn't you?
I apologised to him the way I spoke to him. He's a crack big guy.
Good
what
boy.
he says, I think.
Good player of us as well.
Is he? Aye.
I played with
What's he called, Big Chipper for?
Chipper,
what a left foot he had.
Brilliant.
But he could. Oh by God, he could play.
Forrest, wasn't he? Not in Forrest under.
See, you're talking like Turnbull. He was like Turnbull, wasn't he?
Aye.
Same type
Aye,
of player,
same type of player.
classy, you know. And
That will be the last time we speak about Chipper on this show.
Ian McCall beside him.
And
That's too much airtime.
I like Jim Goodwin, I've praised him, but some of his interviews recently, I'm surprised. He feels he's making a lot of excuses. Just go on with it. We're in COVID. He's talked about the goalkeeper and stuff like that. Listen, go on with it. Some of his interviews recently have been a wee bit baffling for me. So the way things are looking now, could I see St Mirren go down? Maybe. Aye.
Well, that's a good question to lead on to Frank. Your old team, do you worry for them? Kilmarnock look much better than them.
Kilmarnock better than them, but I still think St Johnson. But I think St Mirren will come good. They will come good.
What's stopping them?
I've seen enough in their play. You know, I think they've got to score more goals. You know, they create chances.
Didn't they?
Aye, they created a couple of games. I've seen them. They created chances.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to see them at Hamilton first half were superb. Second half, they were different class.
I was at that game myself.
They brought you know, they just changed it round and they were different class. They should have at least got a draw against Hamilton.
What about you, Derek? Favourite to go down?
Do you know what I'm going to go with St Johnson. I think they might be in a wee bit of trouble. I think Livingston will go at it. Livingston are such a physical side, such a fit side. Hamilton are always written off, so it's normal for them to be in there. It's probably kind of normal for even. I know they had a great season last season, like Livy, but sometimes like a team like St Johnson and the players that they've got, when they find themselves in that bit of a rut, sometimes they find it hard to get out it. So they've got I think it'll be a long, hard season for St Johnson.
Delighted for Gary Holt, the bus driver, getting a result at the weekend.
Brilliant. Did you see him with the water bottles, handing them out?
Yeah.
Magic. Bus driver in a bottle.
Did you not say that was his windscreen wash?
Windscreen. Has to get the boys to have to clean the windies. Superb. Covers all the boxes, that boy.
Do Livingston need a striker to it? But the boy Tiffany came in and done really well.
Aye, and what I noticed, they were all buzzing about, you know, but I think the way Livingston play, and part of their DNA, they need that focal point, and that focal point's a big centre forward. His name escapes me. They brought the boy in, the foreign lad. He came in and he looks like Dykes, but I don't think he's anywhere near as good as him.
Yeah.
But if they could get somebody, and obviously the Stokes thing, you know, I didn't think that ever was going to be the right fit for them, you know, even with AstroTurf. So if they could get that physical player and that focal point, but the way they were buzzing about, you know, with the goals, Tiffany and me Forrest, you know.
Busy wee guys, isn't there?
Aye, handful.
See Motherwell, Frank, I know they've picked up form recently, but they're still only a point above bottom. There's no way they could be involved in a relegation battle, is there?
I don't know, stranger things have happened. It's, you know, you can't keep me saying what he says, the manager says, is the formations and that's all right. They work hard, but it's individual mistakes. That's what he keeps saying. It's just one mistake or two mistakes a game and it's costing them. You know, at top level you can't make mistakes. You can't switch off.
Nobody scored goals for them either, really. They've not got a goal scorer this year.
But if you're under pressure, first and foremost, as Derek said earlier, you've got to get the backbone of your defence sorted. Yeah. If you can get that, you've got a chance at the other end.
They need a Craigan, don't they?
Absolutely, big Cully toe right at the park.
Slaney, last team we'll talk about, Dundee United, new boys. Will they be looking up the table or doing it?
Well, I don't care what MD says, when you get promoted, your thing is to stay in the league.
Yeah.
But the way things are looking, I think they could. they may have a wee eye in top 6, but their goal is top 6. Stay in the league.
By the way, how good?
Melon's good, isn't he?
What a good listen
to hear somebody just talking.
You like him or not, don't you?
Derek, yeah.
Aye, Disney mince his word, just tells you
great.
the way it is. Aye, and that's what I said that, I think it was last week, to somebody I was talking to. He's just somebody you think you'd like to play for. You know, and I think about guys like the old Jock Wallaces and John Lambie's, that type. That's what he's like to me.
And Shanklin looks a cut above, doesn't he?
I think so.
Could hold him, think they'll keep hold him?
I don't know, because there's not a week to go.
You've got inside info, Frank.
No, I just think he's. There
will be teams
I've always said he's a good player. I think you look at the Scotland team when he plays with Scotland, he's the only one that's, you know, he's always there. If the keeper drops it, he's there. It's just his runs. I look at his runs, and I think he's a proper striker. So,
any advice for him, Slaney? Shanklin?
Any advice for Shanklin? I don't know what to say, Si.
That's a football.
Listen, I don't think you need to give him any advice. No. He's a gifted football player, that's for sure.
Oh, I mean on the move.
He'll score goals. He'll score goals.
No, I think if he gets the move, I would go. I think, and the reason I say that is I think he's good enough. Yeah. So if it's a championship down England, I think he's good enough to go down and start right away. Whereas, and if he wasn't, I would say stay.
I think he's good enough to go bottom Premiership.
Wow.
I think he's good enough.
Bottom of the English Premiership?
I don't think he's done enough for that yet.
If you're playing with better players, you become a better player. Honestly,
But I can't see any of them touching him now.
Top Championship, bottom Premiership.
You surprised at that?
No. I don't think you're ready for the English Premiership, but
score goals.
You know better than me, mate.
Score goals.
That's why you're sitting there and I'm sitting here.
That's why they pay money. They pay money for a goal scorer, and if you don't, you know, it's a shame. I mean, Haller came in 40 million at West Ham. He's not scoring the goals that they wanted, so they brought the boy Antonio in for the wing. He's scoring the goals, so they need somebody to score goals. A lot of teams down there need somebody. That's the finished article, you know.
Yeah, okay. Right, main part of the show, the coupon.
Oh no.
Right, come on, here we go.
Used to have been hopeless, right? So
aye, we have. Aye.
We'll let the hero go first.
Come on then, Slaney. What are you doing?
So, do you want me to say a fixture, or you tell me who win, then I'll move on to the next one?
Right.
That's good.
Can't read.
It's not rocket science.
Can't read.
Ready, Paul?
Yeah.
Coupon, Aberdeen versus St Mirren.
Aberdeen.
Home win. Okay. Dundee United versus Livingston.
Dundee United. Home win.
Hibernian versus Hamilton Academical.
Hibernian. Home win.
Kilmarnock versus Motherwell.
Score draw.
St Johnstone versus Celtic.
Celtic. Away win.
And Rangers versus Ross County.
Rangers. Home win.
Good. That was at Alan Lamborn for the
scores.
Good, one for a
just change it up.
Yeah, right, Frank.
Right.
Ready to go, mate?
Very much similar to the genius.
To your boys.
Doing it, yeah.
Right, coupon, Aberdeen versus St Mirren, Frank.
Sorry, Saints. Aberdeen home win.
You did the game now? Oh no, it's away. You're not doing home game. Dundee United versus Livingston.
Draw.
Oh.
We go with a draw. I think Livingston are good enough to go there and get us a point.
There's you bottom the leaderboard straight away. Hibs versus Hamilton.
I've still to go.
Hibernian. We're going with Hibernian.
Hibs.
Yeah. We're going with Hibs for a home
Hibs
win.
will be a canter, won't it?
Yeah.
Kelly versus Motherwell.
Kilmarnock. Going for a home win.
Did you go Kelly as well?
No, he went for a draw.
Draw, St Johnstone v Celtic.
Celtic.
And Rangers v Ross County.
Rangers.
Right, here we go. It's been a while since I've had a laugh like this. Aberdeen versus St Mirren.
The Dons.
Yeah.
The Dons.
Okay, Dundee United versus Livingston.
Livingston.
Oh, Derek! You're just doing it.
You're at the bottom of the league.
Love it, right? Good. Hibs versus Hamilton. No.
Oh, the old Ackies, eh? I'm still going to need to go with Hibs.
Kelly versus Motherwell. That's a toughie for me. Motherwell.
Wow.
St Johnstone versus Celtic.
I think Motherwell not bad. Sorry.
St Johnstone v Celtic.
Celtic.
And finally Rangers versus Ross County.
Go on, County.
No. Rangers. Lads, what a show, guys.
Cheers, boys.